Hey, this is Rick Theriault, your Maine real estate guide. I'm on location today in Forest City, Maine, of all places. Now, Forest City, unlike New York City, is a real small place. Forest City is a border community between Forest City, Maine, and Forest City, New Brunswick, Canada. Year-round population of Forest City on the Maine side is under a dozen. Under a dozen people live here year-round. This is a border crossing community. I'm about a quarter of a mile from a border checkpoint. I could literally walk to Canada and back in 10 minutes. So what we're bringing to market today is a beautiful year-round lakefront home on 1.4 lakefront acres with over 100 feet of sandy beach frontage on East Grand Lake. And East Grand is one of Maine's premier cold water and warm water fisheries. East Grand Lake has a maximum depth of 128 feet. It is home to lake trout, brook trout, landlocked salmon, smallmouth bass, white perch, and many other species of game fish. This is just a tremendous fishery. This home that we're going to view here in a moment is situated right on a town-maintained road, so you have year-round access. It has high-speed internet. It's got utility power. It also has a backup propane generator, whole house generator for the property. It's approximately 1,700 square feet of finished living space with 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a custom-made cherry Murphy bed for extra guests in the office. We'll take a close look at that here in a bit. The home has had many recent updates. It's freshly painted. It's had a new roof put on in the last 2 years, new shingles. It has a complete kitchen renovation. Some of the interior non-load-bearing walls have been removed so it flows really nice. It's quite an elegant property. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the outside of 2464 Forest City Road in Forest City, Maine. So I'm parked across the street from the property. In front of us is the 1,700 plus or minus square foot lakefront home. It's got a 1-car attached garage with direct entry into the living space. It has a paved driveway. The home was originally built in the mid-70s, and really I haven't been able to pinpoint exactly when, but somewhere in the mid-70s. It's had several renovations during that time, and most recently with these folks, quite an extensive renovation on the interior with some new hardwood floors and custom kitchen. It's quite nice. So here we have a view of the backup generator. 20 kW. It's quite a machine. It is propane powered. So here's the fuel source for the generator. It is wood-sided with brick veneer. The home does sit on a full concrete basement. We'll take a look at that here in a bit. It's been here long enough that the landscaping is mature and quite nice. There are hostas and flowering shrubs as well as evergreen shrubs. There's rhubarb planted here, blueberries, raspberries. We're not going to see much along those lines right at the moment because it's mid-March and everything's still covered with snow. So here's another paved driveway that leads down to the lakeshore. You can actually launch a boat right off the property if you wanted to. But you also have, excuse me, a little slick there. You also have a garage door that goes directly into the basement area, which is a full unfinished concrete basement. So you can store your boat, your ATV, snowmobile, what have you. You can store it right there and keep it out of the weather. Get some nice granite slabs here for a retaining wall. We'll take a walk around here. Here's a view of the rear of the home, and it sits up high above the lake. You got a long, expansive lawn that slopes down to the lake shore. Definitely don't need to worry about having flood insurance for this property. It sits high above the lake, but it's a nice, gentle walk. You don't have to crawl over boulders like a billy goat. This has got great frontage on East Grand Lake. Now, Forest City is an unorganized township. It's been unorganized for a long time. And what unorganized means to you is extremely low property taxes. This home, in comparison to if it was in either Danforth or Weston, you would expect to pay 3 or 4 times as much in property taxes as you will here. Property taxes in Forest City are $7 per thousand of valuation. And the taxing authority is the state of Maine because it's an unorganized territory with no local government. Police protection would be provided by the county sheriff, and fire protection by neighboring community of Danforth. Now, East Grand Lake is a sporting destination for fishermen from all over the world. They come here, especially in May. Well, all summer long they're here, either pursuing landlocked salmon, brook trout, or also smallmouth bass. And the bass fishery here is very, very good as well, especially later in the season. This little estuary area here is an area where there is a sporting camp that is situated next door, and in the summertime they utilize this portion here to beach their boats out of the weather. And the property is located on a section of East Grand Lake called the Arm. It's a relatively deep, fairly narrow bay. So it doesn't have. You're fairly well protected from the weather. We are looking westerly, so you would have pretty decent sunsets from the property. What you see before you is the frozen surface of East Grand Lake, and it is exceedingly quiet out there today. You also have access from this property, another connected body of water, because East Grand and the next lake down is called Spednick. They're connected by the St. Croix River, which makes up both bodies of water. East Grand does have a dam on it, so it's bigger than the lake is larger than it would be naturally without the dam. And so that this drainage is part of the St. Croix River drainage that empties into the Atlantic Ocean. And there's a nice view of the property uphill from the lake. So we made it back up to backyard right behind the main home. In this area here, as best I can tell, because I did find a copy of the septic design, there's a fairly new septic system that was installed prior to these owners purchasing the property, but I do have the plan. This would be the leach field area that I'm standing on. We have another propane tank here for the gas range that's in the kitchen. This is the exterior view of a glassed-in dining room that overlooks the view of the lake in the backyard. So let's head inside 2464 Forest City Road and take a look at the interior of this gorgeous lakefront home. So we enter into the entryway, which is also right off the office area. This has a beautiful home office with radiant floors under pre-finished maple flooring. It's a view of the custom-made cherry Murphy bed for extra guests. I'll take a little video clip after I open it, but I'm photographing myself today, so I don't have anyone to hold the camera, so I'll have to pause and open that up so you can see it open. Then I took a moment and opened up the Murphy bed. So again, when you have a couple extra guests and you need more bedding, what better way than to unfold the Murphy bed from the wall? Get a nice view of that. Even have artwork above the headboard. How elegant is that? But another great view of the home office area. This is a place where you can, again, it's got high-speed internet, so if you can work from home, this is an elegant place to be able to work. In the wintertime, exceedingly quiet. You know, there's under 12 people that live in the whole community. We're about 25 miles from Danforth, which is probably your closest service center to get groceries and basic hardware items. We're about approximately an hour drive to Holton, utilizing the U.S. roads on this side of the border. Once the border is more open, it's about 20 minutes less driving time if you just cross the border, use the Canadian roads, go up to Holton and cross into the U.S. at the Holton checkpoint, and you can save yourself some miles in driving time. So we're waiting for that border to be more open once again. Oh, again, the excellent office space. When they renovated, they took out walls in here. They added tile floors and wood floors and 6-panel doors. These are all, most of the interior doors were all replaced. We'll head down past the office into where the bedrooms are. So off the office, you have a full bath here with a walk-in shower, vanity. Lots of storage, closets everywhere. Here's a guest bedroom for a couple of guests. More storage. The master suite. These floors this isn't part of the newest renovation. These are wide plank pine floors. They look excellent. Really, they did an excellent job of blending old with new. The house looks fantastic. His and her closets. And another full bath with a walk-in tile shower. There are multiple zones in the home, so you can be comfortable. Everyone can adjust to their own likes. So let's head into the newly renovated custom kitchen. It is absolutely gorgeous. Tile floors, granite counters, stainless appliances. All the cabinetry is soft touch. Nice pantry. Gas range and oven with a functional hood. Your sink area with a great view of the lake from here. There's lots of storage on this island in the kitchen. It's just beautiful. Again, everything is soft touch. The island even has electric run to it, so you can use portable appliances, mixers and whatnot on the island. Got a brick fireplace. A step down into a sunken, semi-formal family room. What a great place to kick back in the evening with a beverage, watching the crackling fire, just kind of reminiscing about what a wonderful day you had on East Grand Lake, just enjoying life. What a beautiful place to enjoy a meal with family and friends. So the kitchen area has radiant in the floor, radiant heat. Most of it has baseboard, hot water baseboard heat. The laundry is right here, off the kitchen, out of sight, out of mind. We'll take a stroll into the garage area. Again, one-car garage. Here's your electrical service. And you got your automatic transfer switch for the generator right next to the panel. When they renovated, they even put hardwood stairs going down to the unfinished full basement. View of here's your oil tank for the furnace. They built all these shelves for additional storage down here. Keep everything organized. It's very nice. Over here are most of your mechanicals. As you can hear, the furnace does function. The house is heated. Hot water tank off the heating system. Lots of room for storage. This is I believe a 21-foot Grand Laker canoe that's stored here. So plenty of room for that. Plus other canoes and kayaks, yard furniture, lawnmower, etc. Again, you can drive right in through that door. That's where the pressure tank is for the well. There is a private drilled well. So if you've been in the market over the last couple of years looking for your family's vacation destination, lakefront property, you need to look no further than 2464 Forest City Road in Forest City Township. This is just a beautiful property. 1,700 plus or minus square feet of finished living space, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, got a custom kitchen, hardwood floors, tile floors, lots of storage downstairs for toys, beautiful frontage on East Grand Lake, access to Spendick Lake. Spendick Lake is another body of water that I mentioned earlier that together, if you combine the acreage of water available between Spendick and East Grand, you got over 33,000 acres of fishable water, and most of it, especially on Spendick, most of the land is in conservation easement, so you'll see no development down there. So it's kind of when you're exploring down there, you're going to see more loons and moose than you are going to see people. There's just hundreds of thousands of acres of woodlands around Forest City to explore and hike. This is just a wonderful community, kind of out of the way, but still connected. We're just a little, 12 miles or so off of Route 1. And from here, you drive to Route 1, and you could be to the coast of Maine in about an hour or so, hour and 15 minutes, and enjoy a shore lunch with lobster and clams and corn on the cob, and then if you want looking for just a different outing rather than being at the lake, you can do that. Holton is not too far away. That's a larger community, about 5,000 people. You've got Walmart, Shop and Save, many restaurants, and gas stations, car dealerships. There's a lot available in Holton. But if you're looking to unplug, yet be connected, you got high-speed internet here, and just a quiet community of people that just love nature and love East Grand Lake. So give Rick Theriault, your Maine real estate guy, a call at area code 207-731-9902. And if you make that call quick enough, you can own this property in time for open water fishing. Look forward to speaking to you. So I'm standing on the U.S.-Canadian border, or pretty close to it. The St. Croix River is behind me, and that is the boundary. This brand new building here on the U.S. side, this is the U.S. Customs checkpoint. There's the bridge over there connecting the two countries. And if you look closely, you can see the Canadian flag flying on the opposite shore. So that is Canada, and I am literally 2 minutes from 2464 Forest City Road. So there's another view of the brand new Customs and Immigration border crossing on the U.S. side. One point, since the lakes, both Spendick and East Grand, are international waters, you don't necessarily need a passport to be on the lake, but you do need a Canadian fishing license if you're fishing in coves that are completely on the Canadian side. So if you're deep in a cove on the Canadian side, make sure you have a Canadian fishing license as well. If you live here, you probably want to have a U.S. passport. So when the border is a little more open, so you don't have to take a test every time you cross the border, that passport will be handy. So less than a quarter of the mile up the road from the property is Spendick Road. If you follow Spendick Road, it terminates at Spendick Lake. There's a boat launch down there. It's about 1.5 miles, I believe, to Spendick Lake. So pretty easy to fish Spendick as well as East Grand from this property.